Yes, viewers, welcome to Afrique 24, the 24-hour YouTube channel, whereby we break down each and everything that is happening in the political arena in the country, Kenya, and we bring it to you live and broadcast it. And you can join us through the comment section. You can join us on Facebook. You can join us on X. You can join us on TikTok. We are live each and every day. And our goal is one, it is to bring change, it is to end tribalism and try to create a better world for each and every one of us to be able to live in comfortably. So if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to Afrique 24, your 24-hour YouTube channel. And today we have a lot of stories lined up for you. So stay tuned and be ready as we break down the things that we have prepared for you today. So a lot has happened in the political scene in Kenya, and there are a lot of stories to talk about. Let me just run through the highlights of today so that you guys can get a brief overview. Um, there's the CS for Treasury in Kenya, John Mbadi proposes taxing of private schools. Kindiki speaks about the abductions and the killings. Raila continues his AUC campaign, and also CJ Kome got the chance to speak out. So we get straight away to the videos, and we also saw recently there is a Kenyan, the first immigrant ever win the to ever win an an elective post in the United States. Her name is Huda Mora. Yes, Huda Mora Momanyi, and it's a great day for the nation of Kenya to have somebody in power. So Kenyans are very happy. So and we get straight away to breaking down the one of the top stories in the country. So recently we have seen today Robert Alai coming out to condemn Sakaja. He called him out for the things that are happening, and yes, Robert Alai complained about so many things that are not happening in Nairobi County, and Sakaja has been in it for a while. People have been complaining that Sakaja hasn't delivered. People are saying that 2027 they will send Sakaja home, and without wasting much time, let us see what Robert Alai had to say about Sakaja.
We will be doing a very big disservice to Nairobians if we allow the current trajectory of mess and chaos to continue in the city of Nairobi. It is very sad. That is a young governor, only 37, 38 years old, being allowed to mismanage Nairobi the way he is mismanaging Nairobi.
And if there is no solution to these problems, the taxpayers' money will always be used, and there will never be a solution to these problems. The governor of Nairobi understands very clearly that the issue of transport system in Nairobi has not been sorted. All the things that he indicated and put in that manifesto has not been implemented. Why do we have to keep on reminding him on the things that he promised Nairobians that he would do, yet he's not doing?
We will be doing a very
So yes, that is Robert Alai. Robert Alai is a member of county assembly. Robert Alai has been an activist on X, and there was a time he did an article immediately after elections. Robert Alai was one of the people who predicted that Rigathi Gachagua will be expelled from office. Laban Misiani, I see you there in the comment section saying, Mwanyage Tinge, congratulations, Hulda. Laban, how are you? How are you? I hope you're doing well. You're celebrating Huda's victory. Yes, thank you for being in the comment section. I wish you can join me there in the comment section. We can get to have a conversation. Laban, you can join me in the comment section. We have a conversation. Back to what we were talking about. Let me play the video once more.
We will be doing a very big disservice to Nairobians if we allow the current trajectory of mess and chaos to continue in the city of Nairobi. It is very sad. That is a young governor, only 37, 38 years old, being allowed to mismanage Nairobi the way he is mismanaging Nairobi.
And if there is no solution to these problems, the taxpayers' money will always be used, and there will never be a solution to these problems. The governor of Nairobi understands very clearly that the issue of transport system in Nairobi has not been sorted. All the things that he indicated and put in that manifesto.
So yes, that is Robert Alai together with that lady, and they're complaining about Sakaja's governance. And Sakaja was elected in the year 2022 by Kenyans as the governor of Nairobi, because we saw what he did as a senator. He was able to convince the people that if given the mantle as the governor, he can deliver to the people of Kenya. So people opted to give him the position of the governor. But ever since he became the governor, there are some of the things which he did great. One of them, he was able to remove this let's call it archaic mentality of whereby people, when people go to the streets of Nairobi to shoot content, let's say pictures, let's say take videos, and we are living in a time where there are a lot of creatives, content creators are are trying to push hard, and the only platform which they have is the internet, and they shoot videos in the streets. For example, dancers on TikTok have gone viral by shooting videos in the internet. So before Sakaja's reign, um, they were not allowed to shoot content in the streets of town because they had to have a permit. But ever since Sakaja was elected as the governor, he was able to do away with that archaic mentality. And after doing away with it, content creators have been able to do their content on the streets of Nairobi, which is a plus for him. We give him his flowers for that. And on the other side, there are things which we question. There was a time Sakaja was clashing with the 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 roadsides the roadside sellers in CBD, mama mboga wale wa kuuza nyanya, kitunguu pale CBD. They clashed a lot with Sakaja, and apart from that, people did not really agree with some of his policies. For example, there was a time he was talking about the sellers, mamboga waache kutandika vitu ambavyo wanauza asubuhi, waache kutandika vitu ambavyo wanauza asubuhi, and he allocated a time frame for the people to be able to sell their things. And there was a time when they were supposed to stop selling the things. And to be sincerely speaking, Sakaja hasn't really delivered as per what the Kenyans expected. And of course, we have seen Sakaja has appointed somebody called Geoffrey Geoffrey Mosiria is Geoffrey Mosiria is somebody who has been in the healthcare for a while. Then now he has transited to the environment, and we are seeing the works he's doing, and people are applauding what he's doing. Oh, Gypsy Corner, hi there, Gypsy. I see you in the comment section. You and Laban, welcome Sana to the show. Gypsy Corner, happy to see you, and also Laban Misiani, happy to see all of you. Yes, thank you for joining the show. And ndio tunaanza Gypsy Corner, and happy to see all of you. So back to what I was saying. Sakaja has employed this guy called Geoffrey Mosiria, and Geoffrey Mosiria has been doing a great job in the environment, probably even better than the Cabinet Secretary of Environment. He has been fighting to try and bring some sanity in the country. He has tried to uphold the rule of law, and those are some of the few things that we can say. But in general, in terms of cleanliness, that's an issue we have to raise. It's an issue we have to raise because Nairobi CBD is not clean. Yeah, Gypsecon, I see you. The comment section, you're saying, for me to tell Mzalendo not to hide because you won the bet. Yes, Gypsy, I agree with you. You won the bet. Because you said Trump will win. Mzalendo was saying Kamala Harris, and fortunately or unfortunately, you won the bet, Gypsy Corner. Yes, Mzalendo will join the show later on. Ask him to give you your money. But so even you, Gypsy Corner, in the comment section, let me play you the video because you guys are joining a bit late, so that you can see what I was talking about. We're breaking it down why Robert Alai was coming after Sakaja. Let us watch again for a minute or so.
We will be doing a very big disservice to Nairobians if we allow the current trajectory of mess and chaos to continue in the city of Nairobi. It is very sad. That is a young governor, only 37, 38 years old, being allowed to mismanage Nairobi the way he is mismanaging Nairobi.
And if there is no solution to these problems, the taxpayers' money will always be used, and there will never be a solution to these problems. The governor of Nairobi understands very clearly that the issue of transport system in Nairobi has not been sorted. All the things that he indicated and put in that manifesto has not been implemented.
Yes, so that's just a brief overview of what Robert Alai was saying. And Gypsy Corner, I want you guys to give me your views there in the comment section. What do you think about the reign of Johnson Sakaja? I'm about to read you his manifesto so that you guys can see what Sakaja has done in the time that he has been in office, and if we predict whether he'll finish his manifesto before 2027 or he will flop. So the first thing that was on his manifesto is about infrastructure and urban planning. He is supposed to do roads and transport, non-motorized transport, housing, and public spaces. Those are some things that are in his manifesto. He is also to do something with healthcare, water and sanitation, education and youth empowerment, economic empowerment, environmental sustainability, safety and security, governance and public service delivery. So those are some of the few things that Governor Sakaja promised the people of Kenya. So, and let us break it down to see some of the things that has been completed. For the water supply, he said that there will be an increase in Nairobi's access to clean and consistent water by investing in water supply infrastructure and reducing water shortages. Is it really delivered? No, we can't say the water supply has increased and we have consistent clean water because water is still an issue in Nairobi. And sanitation, improve sanitation facilities, including expanding sewage system, particularly in informal settlements, to prevent disease outbreaks. That one is not yet complete, but there are steps being taken. And we also have public spaces, increase access to public parks and green spaces, and restore recreational areas within the city. So that is a brief overview of what the Sakaja manifesto is all about. Gypsy Corner, I see in the comment section are saying Sakaja is creating projects which he knows that he won't do. Is there a committee board to overlook the projects? Very good question, Gypsy Corner. I get what you're saying. You're saying Sakaja is creating projects which he knows that he won't do. Is there a committee board to overlook the project? You see, Gypsy Corner, one thing with the Kenyan politics, is that our Kenyan politics, Gypsy Corner, is shameless. And also, if we ask the citizens who voted for Sakaja, what are some of the policies he was standing by? What are some of the principles? Probably most people don't know, but at that time, before the election, people saw Sakaja as a very good option for the governorship because we saw what he can do as a senator, and we believed in his policies as a senator. That's why, and Gypsy Corner, Nairobi for the longest time has been ODM pro, or let's say Azimio pro. But Sakaja was able to clinch the governor seat with the UDA ticket, meaning people really had a lot of belief in Sakaja. People believed he would deliver, and so it's a very shame of him to let the people down and to ruin his credibility because people have believed in Sakaja. And I know he can defend himself and say 2027 is still far, but we are yet to see the best of what Sakaja can do. He hasn't shown us enough for us to say that we can give Sakaja another term, 5 years, so that he completes his achievements. Because if he hasn't even gone far with his manifesto, we are still yet to see the things in the manifesto being fulfilled. So how can we trust him with other things? How can we trust him with 10 years if in the little time that he has been we haven't seen change? Actually, people have been saying Sakaja must go, and if Babuino goes for governor in 2027, it's going to be a very, very, very tough race for Sakaja because we see what Babuino is doing in Embakasi East, and Babuino can galvanize people to vote for him. So for Sakaja, he has to try everything to spin things around in his favor because as things are going, Sakaja's goose is almost cooked. So, but we'll get back to that. Let us move on with the stories today. We also have seen Raila Odinga kickstart his AUC candidacy. Without wasting much time, let us watch the video.
If you look at the world, you can draw some parallels. Look at the EU. It started as a coal union. Then it evolved with the years. European Free Trade Area Organization, European Economic Commission, and eventually the European Union. Now we took a bold step from the OAU to jump into African Union, trying to bring ourselves to the level with the EU. But we're not there. And all the times there are two things that are all the times at play. Sovereignty and unity. In my view, those two things should not be competing. They are complementary. And if we find a way of dealing with that issue, AU will be able to work for the people of the continent. 1.4 billion. In the next 20 more years, 1/3 of the population is going to be living on this continent. And Africa is the richest continent on the planet Earth in terms of resources. The paradox is the richest is also the poorest in terms of living conditions of its people. This is what we need to be dealing with. And if we deal with that, Africa will rise. And tomorrow I'll be telling you a story of the African lion. And this message to the other.
So yes, that is our former opposition leader Raila Odinga in his AUC campaigns, and Baba declared that he is going for the chairman of African Union, and Raila Odinga is a former chief opposition leader. He is campaigning for campaigning for AUC, and he's being helped by President Ruto. As we know, Ruto is a loyal person. Ruto keeps his word, and since the plan was for Raila to help him with the Gen Z demos so that they can try and cool down the citizens, and to some point it really worked, because when the politicians combined, they are able to suppress and sustain the votes. Then for now, Ruto, for him to repay Raila, one of the things was for him to help him win the AOC candidacy. And we saw Ruto doing it. We saw, I think 1 or 2 days ago, he went to meet with Salva Kiir. Ruto also went to meet with other presidents, and Baba has also traveled to Ethiopia to try and convince the people. He's trying to galvanize people to some point to go and vote for him as the president, not the president, as the chairman of African Union Commission. So do I think Baba can win it? It is debatable whether he can get that AFC commission. But he's facing stiff competition, because the guy from Djibouti, the good thing with him is he is multilingual, can speak some languages in Africa as compared to Baba. Baba is limited here in Africa. He can speak in English, but he cannot converse in other languages like, let's say, French and so on. So it's going to be a bit difficult for him to go there and win the votes of those people. But But Ruto is trying to help Baba win the elections. Ruto is also trying as much as possible to campaign for him to go and win the AUC candidacy. Because if Baba wins the AUC candidacy, it's also going to be a plus for Ruto. Because I think maybe there is a benefit he's going to reap from Baba being in AUC. So, and there is a long way to go to this the AUC chairmanship, which is going to be held on January of 2025. We're going to find out who is the winner of that position. And is Raila qualified for the position? Maybe yes, he is. But for right now, he has lost his credibility among the citizens of this country. And so as he goes there, all the best for Baba as he goes out there. We also saw Ruto coming up strong to combine with the people of Comesa. They're trying to build good relationships for them to be able to get votes, which is a good thing. And is Raila really the best candidate to go and lead this AUC? I don't think so. Because let's again talk about the age factor. He is a bit older compared to the Djibouti person who is younger. So I believe he will take over the position over Raila Amolo Odinga. So let us continue breaking down things. And there is one more thing we have to talk about. Ruto also came out and spoke about Africans investing in food security to be able to do with poverty. So I think it's in his finance bill that I don't know. But so let us see what President Ruto had to say.
On matters financing, I think we can be innovative in how we finance our organization. For example, let me give two examples. When we pushed the UN so that we passed this resolution 2719, it was another way of bringing sustainability into the peace operations of AU. If we can leverage on the UN and the assessed contributions in the UN to fund AU peace operations and the AU Peace Fund, it expands our horizon of sustainability. That's number one. Number two, you remember that in the last AU summit, our African financial institutions, Afri-Exim Bank, Trade Development Bank, ATI, AFC, I think there are 7 different organizations. They came to see me in Nairobi and they told me, look, we are African institutions, but we are not recognized by the Africa Union. We don't have the stamp of approval of the Africa Union as African financial institutions. We recognize the World Bank, we recognize the IMF, we recognize all the others, but our own African institutions, we don't. It is the reason why we sponsored the resolution for these organizations, African institutions, to be recognized as having the approval of Africa Union and all our countries. We have also made a decision as heads of state that we are going to buy more shares. Like for example, Kenya, we are buying more shares in Afri-Exim, we are buying more shares in TDB, we're buying more shares. because we need to support this institution because they support our economies.
Yes, and that is President William Ruto addressing the issues that we are facing here in Africa in large. And in his speech, there is something he spoke about, which is in the Africa news highlights. Let me play for you for a bit. But if you want to get the full Africa 24 highlights, please go and look for it. It's on our page, the videos. You go find the Africa 24 news highlights. I just play a little bit, then we explain. Yeah, so that is the part I wanted to show you guys, where President Ruto is calling for us to invest in food security so that we can do away with the hunger issues in Africa. And the funny thing is, I can say here in Africa, we are blessed with land, and we are blessed also with brains to go out there and be productive in whatever we do. And so the only issue is that we are not really getting support from the government to be able to grow ourselves. And what I can say is that President Ruto is an excellent orator. He is good in public speaking, breaking down things well in those ideas. He also came up with the issue to do with the blue economy, which he told the people of Kwale, whereby the foreign nations have insufficient fish. So the CS for mining is Ali Hassan Joho. So he came up with the idea of the blue economy, which seeks to improve the first of all, to improve the foreign exchange of the country, and second of all, to try and improve the lives of the people of Coast. Alias and Joho being the CS for mining. So Ruto expects him to be down for it. Temo is addressing up the issue of food shortage. They have excellent ideas, these politicians. What we question is just the actualization. They have ideas, but they have not been able to actualize and for the citizens to see the work that they are doing. So we will raise issues. We will keep on raising issues because it's funny how here in Kenya we have what do we call this? Kenya, we have a lot of green fertile land for us to plant a lot of things, and yet we do complain a lot about food. There isn't enough food in this country. So there are questions that we have to raise, because the president has good policies, but we are yet to see them fulfilled. So I'm going to play the next video. It's by Honorable Kithure Kindikizo. It does not have an audio. So yes, and that is the newly appointed Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya from the people of the mountain, and his Kithure Kindiki, who is appointed as the new governor. No, it's not the new governor. He's appointed as the new Deputy President for the people of Kenya. And the moment he got into that position, he started firing shots at his counterpart, Michelle, not Michelle, to Rigathi Gachagua. And this guy, Kithure Kindiki, came out and spoke about him and the president being a symbol of national unity. He spoke about them being able to grow the economy, and he also spoke about uniting the nations. And right now, what I can say is that the government is speaking in one voice, not like before. The government was talking about we had different views. First of all, the deputy president came out and spoke about the country being shareholding, and the president was very quick to refuse that and say that this is not a country of shareholding. And recently he spoke and he said no region will be left behind, regardless of where they are, what they do. All Kenyans must receive equal, and all of us as Kenyans, all of us of Kenyans must benefit from the resources of the country. And in his while he goes on, Kindiki was not able to account for the deaths of the people who died recently. He said that he passed on the mantle to Mulamwa, and the funny thing is, there are lots of questions being raised about Kindiki. He spoke about him being able to try and do away with he was able to try and do away with the. So sorry for that. Let me retake. I'm saying Kindiki, the what message is being sent home about him and the during his time in the CS for Interior, and the people who lost their lives. So there are a lot of questions that are going to be raised. We're going to raise questions about the Shakahola. We're going to raise questions about the deaths of the people during the Gen Z demos and the pin drop silence from them. So they have not been found, which it's a risky thing for the country. So if we are to intellectually, we do agree that Kindiki can do the work, but since he was not able to quantify for us or to prove to us wrong about some things, then Kindiki shouldn't be in power. He's somebody who, when he's out of power, he should be brought to Hague to be able to answer some questions that are pertaining of the people. And we continue breaking down the things that are happening in the country. And we also saw today MPs and the senators collided in parliament over or something to do with funds. And the funny thing is, there was a video we saw of Kimani Ichung'wah raising questions, asking the people, why is it that where these MPs, we are not seeing them? And when it comes to the impeachment of Gachagua, all of them are being found to come and impeach Rigathi Gachagua. So that same speed is what Kenyans are saying. They should use that speed to go and bring developments to areas to pass bills that are going to help Kenyans, instead of you being there to instead of you being there to let me retake that. Ah, so sorry for that inconvenience. So yes, that is Kindiki. He promises to deliver despite the questions being raised about his. As we said before, we agree he's an intellectual, but we question his accountability because there are deaths that have happened during his tenure and they are yet to be accounted for. And that leaves us with a lot of questions that we are raising about his position. Though we saw him, he came out clearly and talked about the public funds and what they are going to try and do with it. Though going forward, as Kenyans, we have to find new ways of doing with things. Okay, let us continue watching the top stories. So yes, that is also something I was looking for, which was lost in my mind. Kindiki spoke about him being able to do away with banditry. He also spoke about him doing away with the the Al Shabaabs, the cartels who try to do things with this nation. He spoke. Those are some of the achievements which he feels he did while being here in school, and maybe it's true he did away with them, but it still doesn't give us the opportunity to overlook the things that are happening, the things that have happened during his reign. So we have to raise a lot of questions because of that. And we also saw MPs today, MPs going head to head with the the Senate. So and these were some of the issues they were trying to raise. Counties are staring at a serious financial crisis due to an ongoing stalemate between the Senate and the National Assembly in the mediation committee formed to find a common ground on the division of revenue bill. The National Assembly Budget Appropriation Committee, which is co-chaired by Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro and Mandera Senator Ali Roba, failed to reach an agreement on Thursday, throwing counties into further uncertainty and time of resource accruing to the devolved units have been delayed by at least 2 months. So let me quote some of the words of Ndindi Nyoro, and he said that let us be here to mediate and look like we are doing it. People in counties are going without salaries. Ndindi Nyoro went on ahead to say that Let me continue with some of the things that they spoke about. In contention is a sum of cash 20 billion that was proposed for reduction by the National Treasury, backed by the National Assembly but rejected by the Senate, which says that once resources have been allocated to the counties, they cannot be taken back. Attempts to steady the mediation constantly ran into headwinds, with the representatives seemingly unable to cede ground. If you don't want to give counties money, you can take that money. Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna was arguing with them about this issue. So, and we have also seen there's a first Kenyan immigrant, Huda Morai, I think Huda Momanyi, who won a seat in the senatorial seat, and she has given us hope that dreams indeed are valid. She moved from Kisinyamira to becoming the first ever senator, which also is a good thing because it's women empowerment. We also want to see women being given credit, give them their flowers for whatever they do in this country. So I think we have to do a story about the Huda Mora thing, and we also have to look for her to come for this platform so that we can try and interview. She can answer some few things about her senatorial seat, and we wish her all the best as she tries to, to enter into work and deliver. We give her we give him our flowers, and that is all. The show today comes to an end. Thank you for viewing, subscribing, liking, share, and commenting here on Afrique 24 YouTube channel, where we break down things, create meaningful relationships with others, and we try to grow this fan base. We try to build something. So we're asking the people to like, subscribe, share, comment as we head on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We will appreciate the people. Thank you very much. Thank you also to Awesome and Gypsy Corner, trying to agitate for change. So thank you for you guys. Mzalendo will return with another show. But for now, what we can say is goodbye. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. We'll be able to break down things again on another time. Thank you.